Varuthini Ekadashi. Shri Yudhishthira Maharaj said, O Vasudev, I offer my most humble obeisances unto you. Now please describe to me the Ekadashi of the dark fortnight, Krishna Paksh, of the month of Vaishakha, April-May, including its specific merits and influences. Lord Sri Krishna replied, O King, in this world and in the next, the most auspicious and magnanimous Ekadashi is Varuthini Ekadashi, which occurs during the dark fortnight of the month of Vaishakha. Whosoever observes a complete fast on this sacred day has his sins completely removed, obtains continuous happiness, and achieves all good fortune. Fasting on Varuthini Ekadashi makes even an unfortunate woman fortunate. Upon anyone who observes it, this Ekadashi bestows material enjoyment in this life and liberation after the death of this present body. It destroys the sins of all and saves people from the miseries of repeated rebirth. By observing this Ekadashi properly, King Mandata was liberated. Many other kings also benefited from observing it. Kings such as Maharaj Dundumara in the Ikshvaku dynasty, who became free from leprosy resulting from the curse that Lord Shiva had imposed upon him as a punishment. Whatever merit one obtains by performing austerities and penances for 10,000 years is achieved by a person who observes Varuthini Ekadashi. The merit one achieves by donating a great amount of gold during a solar eclipse at Kurukshetra is gained by one who observes this one Ekadashi with love and devotion, and certainly attains the goals in his life and the next. In short, this Ekadashi is pure and very enlivening and the destroyer of all sins. Better than giving horses in charity is giving elephants, and better than giving elephants is giving land. But better still than giving land is the giving of sesame seeds, and better than that is giving gold. Still, better than giving gold is giving food grains, for all the forefathers, demigods, devas, and human beings become satisfied by eating grains. Thus there is no better gift of charity than this in the past, present, or future. Yet learned scholars have declared that giving away a young maiden in marriage to a worthy person is equal to giving away food grains in charity. Moreover, Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has said that giving cows in charity is equal to giving food grains. Still, better than all these charities is teaching spiritual knowledge to the ignorant. Yet all these merits one can attain by performing all these acts of charity are attained by one who fasts on the Varuthini Ekadashi. One who lives off the wealth of his daughters suffers a hellish condition until the inundation of the entire universe, O Bharata. Therefore, one should be especially careful not to use the wealth of his daughter. O best of kings, any householder who takes his daughter's wealth out of greed, who tries to sell his daughter, who takes money from the man whom he has given his daughter in marriage, such as a householder, becomes a lowly cat in his next life. Therefore, it is said that whoever, as a sacred act of charity, gives away in marriage a maiden decorated with various ornaments, and who also gives a dowry with her, obtains merit that cannot be described even by Chitragupta, the chief secretary of Yamaraj in the heavenly planets. That very same merit, however, can be easily achieved by one who fasts on the Varuthini Ekadashi. The following things should be given up on the Dashami, the 10th phase of the moon, the day before Ekadashi. Eating on bell metal plates, eating any kind of urud dal, eating red lentils, eating chickpeas, eating kondo, a grain that is primarily eaten by poor people and that resembles poppy seeds or agarpanta seeds, eating spinach, eating honey, eating in another person's house, home, or eating more than once, and participating in any kind of sex life. On the Ekadashi itself, one should give up the following: gambling, sports, sleeping during the daytime, betel nuts and its leaf, brushing one's teeth, spreading rumors, fault-finding, talking to the spiritually fallen, anger and lying. On the Dwadashi day after Ekadashi, the 12th phase of the moon, one should give up the following: eating on bell metal plates, eating urad dal, red lentils or honey, lying, strenuous exercise or labor, eating more than once, any sexual activity, shaving the body, face or head, smearing oils on one's body, and eating in another's home. Lord Sri Krishna continued, whoever observes the Varuthini Ekadashi in this way becomes free from all sinful reactions and returns to this spiritual abode. One who worships Lord Janardana Krishna on this Ekadashi by staying awake throughout the entire night also becomes free from all his previous sins and attains to the spiritual abode. Therefore, O King, he who is frightened of his accumulated sins and their attendant reactions, and thus of death itself, must observe Varuthini Ekadashi by fasting very strictly. Finally, O noble Yudhishthira, he who hears or reads this glorification of the sacred Varuthini Ekadashi obtains the merit earned by donating 1,000 cows in charity, and at last he returns home to the supreme abode of Lord Vishnu in the Vaikunthas. Thus ends the narration of Varuthini Ekadashi. Hare Krishna.